So if anyone is actually following this epic series, that 3/4 of a person that has watched, if not every single video in this epic series, from data to wisdom, you'll be glad that this should probably be the last video in this series. I know you've been chewing on your popcorn, dying to get to the end of the series. I know. Thank you to all 3/4 of you. Maybe I'm being too generous. 2/3 of a person that's watched most of the videos, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, to that fraction of you, thank you so much. Thank you to anyone who's watching this video, honestly. I mean this in a self-deprecating way, not to diminish you. I'm happy for anyone who would view this video, whether for laughs, inspiration, boredom, because your mouse on your computer wouldn't work and the video was stuck, you fell asleep and YouTube went into some sort of rabbit hole. God have mercy on your soul. Anyway, to get to the point, it might not be a big surprise that when I was going through the alternative route to licensure, which is ARL, it's called ARL, it's for people like myself who were teaching high school, in my case, teaching high school math, algebra 1 and algebra 2 at a public high school, and going to these workshops for people who do not have who have a degree, but not a degree in education. I had a degree in business and economics. So I'm going through these workshops after school, going to school myself, sort of, I guess, and I was also taking a calculus class at the time, an online calculus class in what I like to call real calculus. I had already taken business calculus, which doesn't have a lot of the trigonometric derivatives and integrals that you do in the other calculus. And now I have to take 2 more calculus classes for my engineering adventure. But at this time, I was taking that class so that I'd have a fuller, richer perspective on math, going to the ARL workshops, and they asked us to talk about those teachers that inspired us, the one teacher that inspired us. And when I look back at my experience, K through 12, even Mr. K, who taught me how to write an essay, dismally, utterly failed me as a teacher. No one really inspired me K through 12. I had some awesome college professors, but my K through 12 experience was not good. I honestly just simply wanted to be the teacher that I never had. I don't know that I actually succeeded in that goal, but by God, I tried. I put my heart and soul into it, and during those 2 years, year 2 was a better performance than year 1, but I did my best. For lack of a better way of putting it, if I could go back in time, I would try even harder, but like I say, I put my heart and soul into it, and I really think the education system, if it's not broken, then it really is broken. It certainly is in need of much repair. And one huge innovation I would suggest is to pay kids to go to school. Call it an apprenticeship, call it an internship for other kids, what I'd like to call a foundership for kids who want to run a business but want to start their own business. But give kids the opportunity not only to get paid to go to school, but to learn a skill, a trade, to learn a vocation in the office, a discipline. Give them the tools that they can then take to go forward and earn an associate's degree while they're completing this program. And maybe they're done with that, or they can go on and earn a bachelor's degree, and if they're crazy like me, go on for a master's and maybe someday a PhD. But at the very least, just give them an opportunity to learn a skill or trade, possibly run a business. For those kids who are, for lack of a better term, blessed athletically, that want to go on and play for the U.S. Olympics, or play college football, or play pro ball, or baseball, basketball, whatever the case may be. We could have a program for those kids, but I think for the majority it'd be the apprenticeship, the internship, and then some kind of foundership. It doesn't have to even be for-profit businesses. It could be to start co-ops, cooperatives that are owned and run by the employees and possibly customers, to start NGOs, non-governmental organizations, and not-for-profits, but businesses too. For now, businesses are still a thing in the current shape of the economy, and I think that would be a good thing. But the majority apprenticeship or internship, and then have people that are actually working in that industry. Like if I had actually succeeded in becoming a stockbroker, which was my goal when I was working for my degree, then someone like me would be a great person to work with kids who in an internship as an alternative to high school or replacement of this thing we call high school, because it's really got to be a lot more utilitarian than it is, and really point kids towards the avenue of gleaming wisdom from actual experience, and not just placing them in a slot, so that they're just a number or just a checkbox on a database. Because these aren't just kids, these are human beings. This is our future, and they deserve every spark of enlightenment that I have fought so hard for.